Hello, today I'm doing a first impressions on the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I got it from David Jones. I did have a staff discount, so I got it for $76, but it usually retails for $95 in Australia. So that's crazy. I was not going to spend that, and out of all the things like I wanted to try that I would never really have a discount for ever again, it's definitely this foundation. I'm just going to put some moisturizer on while I talk. So if you've been on the internet long, you know that this foundation's like the most popular thing ever. So I'm just going to try it out today and see how I like it. I have tried it once before, so it's not really first impressions, but it was for a party and I didn't really pay attention to it. So this is really like the step-by-step, how it lasts through the day. Yada yada yada. Okay. For primer, I'm going to use the Becca Luminous, backlight primer. I'm not going to do half face because I think I said this before, I don't like things to be not symmetrical. So I don't want half my face lighting off if the primer does anything at all. Oh, it's so hot. Okay. Yeah, it's like 1,000,000 degrees today. It's weird. Summer in Melbourne. What can you do? I'm going to be applying it with my finger, so I'll pump it out, I'll apply it with my finger, and then on one side I will use my brush, and then the other side I will use the sponge because I don't find them to be really different. I just like to see how they apply, because if one applies better than the other, I'll just use that one. So it looks really cool. I love the packaging. It's so bougie. It's gonna need a couple pumps to take out though. There we go, that was easy. So I'm just gonna like lightly, I don't like wearing too much foundation during the day, even at night. Like I just don't like wearing too much foundation. Yeah, and I got color matched. My shade is 4.5. It was the most neutral out of the ones that we were looking at, because I am not like pink toned or yellow toned. I'm a neutral tone, and sometimes it's kind of hard to find those shades. But I can adapt to most of them. So if one is too yellow, I can usually like wear it and get away with it. And if one is too pink, then I can get away with that too. So I'm pretty lucky in that sense. So I'll start with the brush because that usually puts on the most, it usually packs on better. That actually looks pretty nice. I like it. The finish is nice, but the coverage doesn't look that great. Then again, I don't really remember what it looked like before, so I'm fun. I'm going to try the other side with my sponge. Actually, I might apply some more because I can see some redness, and that is not going to get covered up by that much. I do not want to use this that often though because it was very expensive. I'm using a cheapy sponge because I can't afford a real beauty blender, but I can afford a Giorgio Armani foundation, so my priorities are in check, aren't they? So this side looks better than this side. So what I'd recommend is just what most people do. Use the brush for the coverage and the sponge for the finish. So the finish doesn't actually look that bad with the brush. It's just people like the beauty blender a lot. I'm just going to put a little bit more on the areas of concern. So here, my nose. I really want to find some foundations that aren't really like known that well, because I feel like sometimes the ones that are talked about most are a bit boring to watch people put on. It's good to know if it's worth spending the amount that you're willing to spend, this is a foundation that it's like, well, I really need to think about it. That's why the lady made sure to give me a sample before I actually opened it to make sure that if I didn't like it, I could return it. And yeah, I used that sample for that Christmas party, and I really liked it, so I don't think I'm gonna return it. Then again, I really liked the way it looked, but I didn't pay attention to the longevity and all that, so it looks really good right now. Those aren't gonna get covered up unless I use concealer, so I'm just gonna use my MAC Pro Longwear. I find it really good to get rid of pimples, blemishes, whatever. It's a bit yellow, but as I said, it just adapts to me, so maybe should have put it on the bottom of my foundation. Oh well. And then I'm just going to put that under my eyes. That's too much concealer. So far it looks pretty normal to me, like a regular foundation. It does have a nicer finish than most of them. It is very silky looking. It hasn't been powdered yet. I'll probably use the Laura Mercier powder or my By Terry powder most likely my By powder. So I've applied the rest of my makeup. My lip colour is the NYX Liquid Suede in 09. Oh, sorry, Teen Cookies. It's pink, as you can see. The time is now 1:55, so it's 2 p.m. and you know what? I like the finish, I really do. I wish I would have put a bit more on because the coverage is not that great for me, but then again, I didn't put that much on, so it's not great. So it isn't like bam full coverage. It does, however, blur the imperfections out. I did have some problem here when I was contouring with the texture, but I think that was because of the powder and how my hairs on my face and how like I got a bit of bumps, a couple bumps here. Yeah, the hairs on my face really pissed me off. For Christmas I got this facial epilator. I know that's a weird Christmas present, but I'm gonna try it out on camera and see how it goes because it's the same one that xoxo used in her video. That's sidetracking. I forgot to do my eyebrows. Oh my goodness, okay. Wow, it's just like, why would I forget eyebrows? Like one time I forgot mascara, but I didn't forget eyebrows. One question, why does one brow always look better than the other? Why? This one's too thick, but that's how it is. Oh well. So, we're gonna see how this lasts in the heat. It is 31. It's, the top today is 27, but it's 31 degrees, like right now. In my suburb, it's actually 33 degrees right now. So, thunderstorms today as well, I mean, why not? So we'll see how I go out through today. Through the day is 33 degrees Celsius. And then we will, how it holds up and if it doesn't melt up. And if it's not running halfway down my face. Okay. Hi, it is 8 o'clock. So I've had this makeup on for 4 hours. And I'm gonna look in the mirror. Also, I haven't reapplied my lipstick because I ate popcorn, I ate some food, and it lasted alright, but I just like blotted with I blotted with a napkin because it was getting really oily and I just couldn't be bothered waiting anymore. So yeah, it's completely gone now. I'm looking in the mirror. It's held up nicely. Today it's probably one of the weirdest days in Melbourne because it was blazing like 30 plus degree heat. It's actually 27 outside right now. I can see on my dashboard, and it was basically like near flood territory as well. Like there were floods in Melbourne everywhere. Like not floods, but like, sorry, I had to take my sister to my cousin's house, but yes, as I was saying, it's been a 33 degree day today, and there's been floods everywhere, like across Melbourne in the streets. So if you remember the 2011 street swimming, it's back. Anyway, so onto the foundation. It's standard the heat. I was inside all day basically. It's just really humid, and I was outside, inside. I was in the movies. I watched Allied. Not that you care. It's held up. My highlight and my contour actually I didn't. Yeah, they're still showing. It feels like skin. It has a little bit of like tacky feeling. My nose is usually the one that my nose is usually the oiliest, so feeling my forehead or like my T-zone, it's drier than usual, but that's also because of my powder. The By powder is really, really good for mattifying the skin but leaving a natural finish. So, I mean, maybe I shouldn't have powdered my face. I don't know. It is still just a bit oily where you see the most shine. Like my fingers, I feel a bit of residue. I'll check my under eyes. I mean, they haven't creased. Maybe there's like one crease. But that's from my concealer and powder, so. I'll just show you my skin up close a bit more. It basically looks the same as how I left it. My skin looks glowing, it doesn't look oily. I'm just not sure if it wore off or not. It might have worn off around here. That's where my foundation usually wears off because I eat. My smile lines still have creases, but that's because, like, can you tell, like, my smile is like it has to crease. I usually put powder on mainly around here, but it's not as bad as it usually is. Like, usually my face will be like crease, crease, nose will be like still red, he'll be oily, and it'll be worn off around here. I don't know why. I mean, it might have worn off around here because of the hairs, and it might have worn off around here, but I've tried really hard to leave it on. And it actually caught highlight and it actually made the application for contouring and highlighting show up more than it usually does. Maybe it's because I added a bit more than I usually do. I don't know. Hey, it's 2:40 a.m. I know I'm not asleep yet. I'm never asleep. It's been on, my foundation's been on for literally over 12 hours, and I don't know, for me it feels like the finish just got better as it went on, but I always feel like I've always felt like my foundation looks better throughout the day than it is when I first apply it. Don't know why that is. Maybe it's from my natural oils coming through. My room is very hot. For some reason the air conditioner doesn't reach to my room. I don't know why. Mainly, I think it's got something to do with the distance between my room and the source of the air. So you can see it's just, that's not a glow, that's actually like sweat, kind of like just the heat. So look, I'm gonna be honest, it standed pretty well in the heat. I did kind of like do this a lot, so you can see like it's all right there. Yeah, I'm about to take it off, have a shower and go to bed. Overall, I wouldn't say it's worth $95. You can definitely find things cheaper at Mecca, Sephora, even Priceline has really nice foundations. But unless you're a diehard Giorgio Armani fan, or you're a makeup collector, or you can get it cheaper like I did, then go for it. It's a really nice foundation. Just don't spend $100 on it. That's all I'm saying. Find a way to get it cheaper than $100 and then get it, because it's not worth, like, you can find foundations that'll do the same thing for cheaper. So I mean, it is a beautiful foundation, but don't spend $100 on it. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna go, and I hope you enjoyed this first impressions. Bye.